Chairperson of the Year. What an incredible honor. Stephen Murphy has supported St. Jude for well over a decade, and since taking over the leadership of our annual St. Jude Autumn Wine Tasting event in 2008, Stephen has increased the annual fundraising from $60,000 to over $750,000 today. Stephen spearheads an incredibly dedicated and generous committee made up of only 5 members. You heard that right, 5 people, $750,000. Longtime committee members Jeff Block, Dan O'Toole, and Dave Scher are here with us tonight in celebration of this honor. These gentlemen are the model of an ideal event chair and committee. They lead by example in their personal generosity. They let no corner of their Rolodex go unturned in seeking support. And they wake up the day after the event thinking about what more they can do for St. Jude the following year. Outside of the many, many hours he dedicates to St. Jude, Stephen is a partner of the prominent New York City law firm, Block, O'Toole & Murphy, a former homicide prosecutor in the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office, an adjunct professor of law at St. John's University Law School, and a dedicated husband and father of 4 young children. Please welcome Stephen Murphy as he receives this well-deserved award as event chairperson.
Murph!
Caroline, thank you very much. The success, whatever success we've had, it doesn't happen without this woman. With all due respect to all the other St. Jude employees, we got the best. So this is my first time in Memphis, and it's a pretty cool city. We're having a good time. Yesterday we did Beale Street at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it sort of shaped the rest of our day. We were lucky enough to spend it at the iconic Peabody Hotel, but as we were sitting down during dinner, I was reminded, because there was some talk about the fire alarm. See, if you're staying at the Peabody, at 3:50 in the morning, you got woken up by a loud, blaring noise, which happened to be a fire alarm. So people kind of shuffled their way downstairs, and we sat down there for a while. I walked down from the 7th floor, a little bleary-eyed, but I made it. We're down there for a little bit, and then eventually it becomes clear that this was a false alarm. I wasn't walking back up the 7 floors, so I waited by the elevator with a couple of hundred other people. A lot of the people had those St. Jude pins on, and as we were gathering around the elevator, a couple of very young firemen walked by. And one of the guys had a pencil in his ear and a notepad in his hand, and the other fireman was talking, and he said, yeah, the hotel people said that somebody pulled the fire alarm, and it might have been someone from this ALSAC group. I, at that time, envisioned myself as the protector of St. Jude's reputation. I didn't say anything at the time because I wanted to let things play out, and I looked at the fireman who had the pencil in his ear, and he said, don't know it. So I felt pretty good. I thought this might just go by without these 2 firemen realizing that St. Jude is not flawless. But as I watched, I saw the fireman take the pencil from his ear, and he started scribbling something onto his pad. And I started to get a little concerned. Again, because I am protecting St. Jude's reputation at the time. And so my early relief was tempered because when I looked over, I kind of peered over at his pad, probably in a very obvious way. I saw that he was writing the ALSAC group down. And I started to get nervous again. Nervous in a way that you could only get if you start out on Beale Street at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But everyone should feel comforted because when I peered over towards his pad, I saw that the man wrote down Allsack, A-L-L-S-A-C-K. So we're all good. I can't see a damn thing, but I wouldn't be here, in addition to Caroline, without my partners who are here. First, there's Jeff Block, who he is about as good a fundraiser as anyone you've ever seen. When he's trying to shake people down for money for our event, you could sell tickets and there would be a line around the block. Jeff Block, if you could stand up. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize Dan O'Toole, who very selflessly asked me, please don't mention my name just once. 3 times is probably too many. 2 sounds about right. Perhaps not the most selfless sentiment, but the man's got a very big heart. Dan O'Toole, please stand up. And then there's the young, good-looking guy who we all sort of resent. David Scher, the soul of our operation. David Scher, please stand up. I know the maxim of this week or this event is to leave your mark. And today we all had the opportunity to tour the Target House and the St. Jude Children's Hospital for the very first time. And to say it left a mark on me would be an understatement. I walked in expecting it to be impactful, expecting it to be emotional, but I walked out being completely overwhelmed. The people, the warmth that all of them embodied as they walked through the halls in what could be a moment where people are feeling sorry for themselves was amazing. How the hospital, with every single detail, figured it all out in a way where it was geared totally for patient comfort. How everyone, when they walked around, had a spirit that was just contagious. When I walked out of there, I was committed, I was inspired, I was motivated like I never have been before. So while this is about leaving your mark, I will tell you this, that St. Jude, in a way that I never anticipated, has really left a mark on me. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome once again